Hello everyone, it's Christine here and I'm back for our stitch along, and we are going to do sheaf filling stitch today. So I've spelled out sheaf in my little stitchery on this little scrap of, I think probably old shirt fabric. And so what we're going to start by doing is I put a knot in my thread, and I'm using this thicker Milford satin 2-ply thread that's a variegated brown. So I'm going to start by putting a vertical stitch in, and I think I'll do it for the whole height. And then I'm going to put a stitch to one side of it. So just a stitch just popping up next to where the first stitch went in, and laying a second stitch right to the top next to it. So they're going to run parallel and lay next to each other just like that, and then lay another stitch to the other side of it. That up to the top, just up next to the next stitch up the top, so that lays parallel as well. And then I'm going to pop through on halfway up, just to the side, the left hand side of the bundle, and then I'm going to take my needle through from the other side, not going through the fabric, just going behind the threads, and I'm going to put a little wrap in. And then we're going to go underneath again, and we're going to put a second wrap in, and then we're going to take the needle to the back, very close to where we had popped out. So I'll just check where the pop out is and just take ourselves to the back. Right there, and what that gives us is what looks like a little sheaf of I guess wheat or something. So I think I'll do some more going around, I guess. So let's do some down here. Maybe I'll start it about there. I'll try and keep it straight. You know me, it's always a bit of a challenge, and probably doesn't need to be quite that long, does it? What's that distance? That distance to about there. And then we'll lay another stitch down on this side. And another one on the other side. And then pop up on the left hand side. I don't think it really matters which side you actually pop up on. Pass the needle under the threads, not through the fabric, and make a wrap around the middle, and then do that a second time. To make a second wrap around the middle, and then take your needle to the back pretty much where you popped up through the fabric on that left hand side, and you'll get your nice little sheath. And then I'll come down and do another one a bit further along here. Oops, and catching on my embroidery hoop. Don't want to do that. So I hope you're all having a great day or a great evening. Bit of a grey Saturday here, so perfect for doing some stitching. Did some household chores this morning, and still actually full from brekkie, so I'm not feeling like I need to have lunch yet. And I'll pop up over here. Take the needle under my 3 parallel pieces of thread once, and then a second time. It helps if you just hold it with your thumb when you're doing that, and then go back into the fabric close to where you popped out, and you'll get that nice little neat little sheaf shape. It's very hard to say sheaf, a sheaf. Okay, and then another one. Starting to get a bit of the variegation colour coming through. Going to the darker brown now. It's a nice little decorative stitch, almost like a little bow as well. You could use them as little bows. Probably if you laid down even more stitches, you could really get quite a nice little bow effect. But always with this bit, you're just wrapping the threads. You're not going through the fabric until you take it to the back as close as possible to where you popped through in the first place. Okay, so I can probably now do some little, maybe I'll do them from the top. Space it about where that one was. Down to, is that straight? We'll know in a moment, won't we? We can always pull the thread out if it's not particularly straight. Probably could be a little bit straighter, I think. I'll show you a little crooked. Sometimes it's good to actually lay the thread down to work out where you need to take it, which is more about there, I think. And then put one on this side. At least once you've got the first one down, you're just laying the other stitches on the either side of it, so it makes it a bit easier. And then we'll pop up halfway up it, and we'll just pass the needle underneath the threads to do our wraps, and then we'll pop back into the fabric as close as possible to where we popped out, and we'll get our nice little wrap. And so I suppose I may as well keep going along the top. You've probably seen enough of it, so feel free. You don't have to continue watching if you've got it all figured. We'll go this way. So I'll just look and line it up with the other side. So come back to down to about here. There are little lines on the fabric which make it a tiny bit easier, I think. I suppose a sheaf of wheat wouldn't be all even anyway, so it probably doesn't matter. All adds to the charm. Oops, I came up on that side of it. Probably should actually come up on the other side. Keep it consistent. Come up on this side, the left-hand side. And then bring my thread under, wrapping the middle, and under again, and then take it to the back. And we'll do the next stitch. So let me know in the comments what you're working on at the moment. Do you have a stitchery project you're doing, or a little activity, something else you're crafting? I'd love to know. Okay, second wrap, and then take it to the back. And then we've got one more to go. May as well finish it off, I suppose. It's a nice simple one, this stitch, but quite effective, I think. I think I'm going to just have enough thread, hopefully. I might cheat, and I'm going to, rather than going to the top, I'm going to pop up over here and do this stitch this direction. So otherwise I'm wasting thread on the back, and then I'll still pop up halfway along, still do our wraps. Oops, I'm almost out, but I think we're just going to be able to get under. Yep, there's our second wrap, good-o. And now I just need to get it through the fabric without it unthreading itself. And then I'll just be able to give that a quick tie off on the back. Just take it under a stitch and put a knot in place. Trim that off. And there we go. There is our lovely sheath stitch going around in variegated colours. I really like the lighter, the wheaty coloured colour. It's very nice. So I hope you enjoyed that one, and tomorrow we are coming back to do shisha stitch using a little mirrored disc if you have it. I'll either be using, I think, this white one or this button. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. So thanks so much for watching. See you tomorrow. Bye everyone.